American history. Number 2, Thanksgiving isn't about pilgrims sharing a peaceful meal. It's about one of the most brutal massacres in American history. Number 2 will change how you see this holiday forever. 10. The myth we were taught. Every American learns the story. Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a harvest feast in 1621, celebrating friendship and cooperation. It's a beautiful lie. The real origin of Thanksgiving is soaked in blood. 9. The Pequot people were thriving. Before European colonizers arrived, the Pequot Nation controlled what is now Connecticut and Rhode Island. They were a powerful, prosperous people with established trade networks, agriculture, and governance. Then the Pilgrims came. 8. Tensions escalated quickly. By the 1630s, English settlers were expanding aggressively into Pequot territory. They demanded land, disrupted trade, and brought diseases that killed thousands. When the Pequot resisted, the colonists decided on extermination. Number 7. The Mystic Massacre on May 26, 1637, English colonists and their native allies surrounded the Pequot village at Mystic Fort. At dawn, they set the village on fire and shot anyone who tried to escape. Men, women, children, it didn't matter. 6. They burned people alive. Eyewitness accounts describe colonists trapping 400 to 700 Pequot people inside the burning fort. Those who fled the flames were cut down with swords and muskets. Captain John Mason wrote that the blood ran down the streets, and the smell of burning flesh was overwhelming. 5. The colonists celebrated. After the massacre, the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving to celebrate their victory over the Pequot. They thanked God for allowing them to slaughter hundreds of native people. This is the true origin of the Thanksgiving tradition. 4. They hunted survivors for sport. The massacre didn't end at Mystic. Colonists spent months hunting down Pequot survivors, killing them or selling them into slavery. Pequot heads were mounted on pikes in settlements as warnings. The goal was complete annihilation. 3. The Pequot Nation was nearly destroyed. By 1638, the Pequot people were declared legally extinct by colonial law. Survivors were forbidden from using their name, speaking their language, or practicing their culture. An entire nation was erased in less than 2 years. 2. Thanksgiving became a national holiday to erase this. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday during the Civil War to promote unity. The sanitized Pilgrim story was pushed in schools to replace the violent truth. It was historical propaganda to make colonization seem peaceful. 1.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders, a great millstone. This lesson is entitled Thanksgiving Day. All right. So you heard the story. All right. So it shouldn't be any Israelite, any person from the Americas or so-called Negroes, West Indians, all right, Haitians, all right, that should be celebrating this holiday. All right. Because it's a victory for Esau, Edom, and it gave them dominion of the whole planet Earth. Okay. They colonized the whole Americas. They colonized, pretty much gained control of the whole world. Okay. All right. And it was the Lord who allowed this to happen to our people, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. It was the Heavenly Father that did this. His name is Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew. Yah meaning he, Hawa meaning he exists. Yahweh Shai meaning he who saves. All right. Deuteronomy 28 in verses 15 tells us, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, all right, the Lord being Yahweh in capital letters, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right. And then we drop down to verse 48. It tells us, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. All right. And if you didn't hear in the video, it told you that they took a lot of the Native Americans into slavery. Okay. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. All right. Verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. All right. So when we go through Deuteronomy 28 chapter, we find that the history of the Israelites is clear, okay, and we can understand who is talking about. All right, there are various artifacts in America that show that the Native American tribes are Israelites, okay, because of the Paleo Hebrew found in the land, okay, on different artifacts. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And we know this mainly happened to Judah, but also too, they were shipping off the Native Americans, all right, in the slavery trade, okay, that triangular slave trade. They were shipping them back to England and back to Europe. Okay. Salakia. All right. Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of our power, because we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. Therefore has the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us, for the Lord our power is righteous in all his works which he doeth, for we obeyed not his voice. So our forefathers, all right, forsook the Lord, and for that iniquity he passed it upon the children, the seed of the children. All right, Exodus 20 and verses 2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers, that's the seed of the fathers of the children of Israel, upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So all the way back from King Solomon's rule, they turned to idol worship, and the Lord judged all of us for it. All right, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Okay, all right, in the seed line that may look like the heathen, but their fathers go back to the Israelites. Okay, we were punished for it to this very day. All right, and that's why all of this great evil came upon us. All right, okay, so let's go to Isaiah 47, because it was the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai who brought this upon the Israelites. Okay, Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people, okay, the Israelites. I have polluted mine inheritance. The inheritance of the Lord is the Israelites, and given them into thine hand. Whose hand? Esau, Edom, and the other nations. We were shipped all over the world. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. All right. Okay. So this was the Most High's will. All right, to bring this forth. All right. Zechariah 2 and verses 6. And it reads, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. Okay. The land of the north is the Americas. All right. And Babylon the Great, North America. All right. See that? Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad. All right. He has scattered the Israelites. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Okay. We were scattered. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. Okay, so ancient Babylon fell, all right, to the Persians, right, and Medes, but the Lord is telling you it will be another Babylon, right, and that's here in America. You have to understand that through the Spirit. Verse 8, For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory has he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. All right. So the Lord is going to send forth Yahushua to deliver the nation of Israel. Okay. All right. Verse Jeremiah 30 and 16. So they're not going to get away from the judgment that's going to come. Jeremiah 30 and 16 upon them. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So that's going to be the judgment on the nations that brought this forth, even though it was the will of the Most High. All right. He's still going to judge them for doing it. Obadiah 1 in verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. All right. So for all you Christians who thinking that all mankind could be delivered, no, it's going to be the elect of Israel. It's going to be the children of Israel, the seed line of the fathers of the Israelites. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. They shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So all the possessions of the heathen is going to flow to the Israelites. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph, that's the two kingdoms, the southern and northern kingdom of Israel. Okay. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph shall be a flame, and the house of Esau, which is a so-called white man and his descendants, for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. Shalom.